So with the impending release of the next gen version of Doom's exposure to the game was probably around the late 90s or so. I had a chip PS1, and yeah, I got this game from the local Sunday market. It was like a compilation of horror games, first-person shooter horror games. It had Doom 1, Doom 2. For some reason, they were separate. Like in the original PS1 version, Doom 1 and 2 came together on one disc, but this was separate for some reason. And what else do we have? Duke Nukem 3D, Hexen, and Life Force Tanka. Playing Doom for the first time was completely clueless. I was awful at the game. Bearing in mind I was about 5 at the time. I was awful at all the games on that compilation. I had that for a while, and then me and my brother had to share PS1s. And you all know how that is. Fighting. And at one point, I threw out one of his games because he kept on playing it when I wanted to play the PS1. I threw Brian Lara Cricket out the window. It was only a copy game, so don't worry. So my brother took revenge of that, and he ended up scratching my compilation to dust, basically. I wish he just done one of my other games instead of that compilation, because that was a pretty damn good compilation. Well, for a while, it must have been 2 or 3 years, I didn't have Doom. Didn't have any way of playing Doom until it came across it in the magazine. I looked at the screenshot. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that game. So I got a big urge to get the game again. And it was late 2001, I believe. Like PS2 was out a year at that point. But I believe I didn't get a PS2 till Christmas that year. So Doom was basically made to tide me over till PS2 came, and I was a lot better at it. Trust me, still not perfect, but I was better at it. So I played that quite regularly for the next 2 to 3 years. Even on my PS2 I was still playing it. Then I eventually got Doom 3. I believe I got it free renting the game, and it scared me shitless. I didn't get very far in it at all, and yeah, I'm quite disappointed in myself. After that, there was the movie, which has a lot of feedback, mostly negative. Even The Rock himself gave a pretty critical feedback. Says he regrets doing the movie. So yeah, the movie stars Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, Carl Urban, and Rosamund Pike. Rosamund Pike. Forgive me if I said that wrong. I'm terrible at pronouncing stuff. My personal thoughts on the movie was it's definitely not perfect, but it's watchable. It's the sort of movie you could watch with your friends while you're highly intoxicated and just take the piss out of it. It could have been a lot worse, trust me. I've seen a hell of a lot worse video game based movies. And then later on, I got the PS3 Doom 3 BFG edition, which comes with Doom 1, Doom 2, Doom 3 of all its expansion packs, like Resurrection of Evil and so on. And I had a blast with that, just playing Doom 1 and 2 with friends again, and finally playing Doom 3 because I was no longer a pussy. Well, in the next few months, hopefully the next few months, if it doesn't get delayed, we'll be seeing the reboot of Doom on next gen consoles. And my personal thoughts on the E3 trailer is it looks promising. It looks like they're taking some of the elements from the Brawl Doom mod, like fatalities and just the gameplay in general and so on, and violence. And my only complaint is the monsters. It's kind of hard to tell the monsters apart because most of them are just brown. Like, in the original games, it was so easy to tell the monsters apart because they're, colored based and so on. But in this one, you're like, wait, was that meant to be an imp? Was that meant to be a soldier? Hopefully they change that in the full release and get rid of all the brown. Brown everywhere. So yeah, well, my personal favorite Doom of all time, it has to be the PS1 version. Just the atmosphere in it, oh, it's so chilling. You know, when I originally told people I was scared of Doom, they were like, "Why are you scared of it? It's not scary at all." Well, that's because they played the version with, you know, the Metallica and Nine Inch Nails MIDI rip-off songs. The PS1 soundtrack was just ambient, spooky as shit. The lighting was creepy. Everything about it was creepy. So yeah, the PS1 version has to be my favorite out of the lot, just for nostalgia reasons, and it made Doom creepy. So yeah, I think that's all I had to say about Doom. I'll say I'll definitely make a few like Doom related videos like closer to the game's release. So I'm looking forward to that. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Please comment below saying your history of Doom, your favourite memories, and so on. And feel free to share this among your like the Doom fan base if you want. This is Gummy Davidson, signing out.